Hey, what's up everybody? Jason here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking it out. So today I'm going to show you how you can make one of those right-click drop-down context menus in Bubble. So here's what they look like. You've probably seen these all over the place. Either an icon, a button, or something. Click on it, you get a drop-down menu. So we're going to do that in Bubble. And I'm going to use the same application that I've been using for most of my tutorials, and I want to add a More button here with some other options for the artist or the song. Okay, here's my repeating group. I've got a More button here, and when users click that, I want to show the In Context menu. So one caveat with this, we're going to be using the group focus element, not the floating group, and the reason being is once you drop group focus on a page, you are prompted to say what button or what object in Bubble do you want to relate that to. So you can see by default it puts it here at the top right. You've got some properties so you can offset the left and the top values to position it where you want. You can also post data to it and with option sets or with data things and stuff like that. And then obviously you've got the same styling options that you have for everything else. So the one tricky thing with these is they cannot see anything that's inside of a repeating group because it doesn't know which, if you've got a list of 10 things, it doesn't know which one of those to actually reference. So instead of using a button here, and let me just demonstrate this. So I've got this button, it's called 00000 to make it easy to find, and you can see in the reference element, there's nothing, it can't find that. But if I wanted to associate it to this Manage button, which is called Button Manage, I can click on this, type in Button Manage, and boom, so now it's going to associate it to that. So the workaround for this, which I guess it's not a workaround, it's just the way it has to be, is this button must be a reusable element. So let's convert that to a More button. And now let's make this column. And what we want to do is size the button for what I want it to be. So I'm going to fix it the width and the height because it's always going to be exactly the same. And then I want this thing, this minimum width to match it. So basically I want this to be 50 and I want this to be 35. And default builder width, I'm going to leave this as 50 as well. And I want to remove the color so it's transparent. So now I'm going to add the group focus. You can see it just adds it up here kind of in the middle of nowhere. And now I can associate it to that. So I'm going to select my button here. I'm going to add workflow and I'm going to show the group focus. Now just to magnify this, I'm going to change the group focus to be a brighter color. And now I'm going to go back to my repeating group, to my song tab, search for that reusable element, and then I'm going to drop it into the repeating group here. And I also want this to fit the width to content. So now let me refresh this page. There's my More button, there's my drop down. Now, another step that I'm going to need to do is, because I want to be able to actually do stuff in this drop-down, I'm going to have to tell it what artist it belongs to. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to add properties on this reusable element. So I want the artist to be a dynamic value, and I want it to be the artist. And I want the track to be a track element. I'm going to add that. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to select my reusable element, go back to the Appearance tab. I want the track to be set to the parent group's track. And let's just leave the artist out for now. And just to show that this is actually grabbing the right value, I'm going to put a text object on here inside the group focus. And I'm going to make this the track name. And just put the word edit in front of that. So now if I reload this page, edit Bright Eyes, edit Sun Song, so now it's passing in the right value. Okay, and that's it for this short tutorial. So super useful thing, especially when your app gets really big and you need to have other options for managing data and stuff. Remember to hit like and subscribe to get notified when new tutorials come out. Thanks for watching.